Hello, sister. Good to see you. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Good morning, Troll Slayer. Good to see you. Good morning, Vince. And I only can do a watermark in the Prism Studio. I don't think watermark will work in regular YouTube. Let's see. We got some news to share, and then getting some funny memes. First, let me put the gold in here and here. Yeah, I'll probably do that. I think I deleted that watermark by accident. Put 1 hour. Yep. All right, let's get more people in here. Mm. Got 9 people in here, 5 likes. Let's do it. All right. So yeah, there's a school shooting in Wilmer Hudson So there's a student that was shot. What is this? How is this? So school shooting did happen. So I can show you guys. In Dallas, Texas. But first, before we go there, there's a train crash. So there's definitely like there right in my state there's a murder. So they're definitely so I will show you guys the clip.
Welcome back into Live Now from Fox, where I'm taking you out to yet another live event that is just getting underway here. This is in regards to the Rachel Morin murder, after we know that today a jury in Maryland found an illegal migrant guilty of murdering Rachel Morin while she was on a jog. Let's listen in.
From the Harford County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Jeffrey R. Gaylor, Harford County Sheriff's Office, David Ryden, Deputy State's Attorney for Harford County, Detective Philip Golden from the Harford County Sheriff's Office, HSI members Michael McCarthy and Milton Lynn, as well as Patricia Morin, the mother of Rachel Morin. Just moments ago, a jury returned a verdict.
Hold on, I'll just actually do that later. Because can't telecast in here. Yeah, so there's a murder. So Rachel Morin got murdered in Maryland. Yeah, Trosler, I can try to put something across it. Yeah, so it's definitely a sad thing. Let me go straight to
with the fact knowing that breaking news, guilty of all charges. The illegal alien who murdered Rachel Morin was found guilty today in Maryland. Victor Martinez Hernandez, the individual that crossed in the United States illegally numerous times. He's from El Salvador, was convicted, Harford County, Maryland. And police and authorities, after the conviction, spoke outside the courthouse, Harford County. Folks, the defense rested after 10 minutes of presenting their side. 10 minutes. Jury deliberated for less than an hour before convicting this illegal alien of the brutal murder of Rachel Morin on the Maupa Trail. Horrible case. I'm going to share what authorities had to say about this case, and then we will further discuss. Check it out.
There's no such thing as closure. I also said this at the arrest. They have to live with this for the rest of their life. Closure would mean we bring Rachel back. And we all know that that's not possible. They have to live the fact of knowing that this person who took Rachel's life in such a horrific way, that he will be removed from society and never allowed to harm human beings again. And that's what we have to take away from this as a success. But the failure in here, it shouldn't be political, but the failure here again is the immigration system that allowed this person to enter our country illegally and remain in our country and commit crimes in Los Angeles and here in Harford County. The crime is the Kayla Hamilton case, also from this county. We need our government to work as efficiently as this investigation and this prosecution to work together, take the politics out of it, and fix the immigration system in this country and keep our communities safe. And with that, I will end my remarks, and I'm happy to take some questions at the end, as Allison said. But Special Agent in Charge Bill Devano has a few remarks.
Thank you, Sheriff Taylor. Thank you all for being here. My name is Bill Delvano. I'm the Special Agent in charge of the FBI Baltimore Field Office. Today's conviction is proof that the FBI and our extraordinary partners at the Harford County Sheriff's Office have a long reach. While nothing can bring back Rachel, we can make sure that her killer can do no more harm. This investigation and today's conviction make it clear to any criminals that if you're thinking you're going to get away with it, you won't. And the FBI and our partners will do everything we can to stop you. We will track you down, and we will make you pay for your crimes. We hope at the FBI that this guilty verdict brings confidence to the community and brings peace to Rachel's family and her loved ones. The FBI remains deeply committed to protecting our communities from violent criminals. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael McCarthy. I am the Special Agent in charge of Homeland Security's Baltimore Field Office. Today, justice has been served. The jury has returned a guilty verdict in the case of Mr. Martinez Hernandez, who has been convicted of the murder of Rachel Moore. This was a brutal and tragic crime, one that shook our community and devastated the family. I want to begin by thanking the outstanding men and women of the Harford County Sheriff's Office. Their dedication and persistence led to the swift and thorough investigation of this case. Their tireless efforts ensured that the truth came to light. I also want to thank our prosecutors and everyone in the Harford County State's Attorney's Office for their exceptional work. They approached this case with the seriousness and focus it demanded, and they ensured the facts were presented clearly and forcefully. It's important to note that the individual convicted today was in the country illegally. This fact adds another layer of pain and frustration to many of us in the community. It raises questions that deserve to be taken seriously about how we protect our neighborhoods, about how we enforce our laws, and how we prevent such tragedy in the future. To the family of Rachel, I know this day is filled with emotion. While no verdict can undo the loss you've endured, I hope today's outcome brings some measure of justice and a small step toward healing. Your strength and perseverance have been remarkable, and our hearts remain with you. Our community remains committed to public safety and to the rule of law. HSI will continue to work with our law enforcement partners at every level to keep our neighborhoods safe and to hold accountable those who break our laws, no matter who they are or where they come from. Thank you very much.
Martin Customoso with Police Station. Hi. This is a question for anybody who may feel free to answer it. You mentioned how quick they deliberate, 46 minutes. Is there some poetic justice, which there's not closure, we mentioned that, but is there some
poetic justice in this has to be 2023. We're in 2025. And you saw a decision sort of permanent so quick, does that give any sort of sense of that poetic justice here for Rachel?
I think the quickness of the verdict speaks to the strength of the evidence. This was an airtight case thanks to the Harford Sheriff's Office and their hard work. So I think the length of the deliberation is so right. I would say no. I felt like we presented a strong case. I felt the evidence was strong, and I thought it was unquestionable.
Keely, we saw evidence during this trial that it appeared the defendant had been watching videos on reports about this case. One of the screenshots we saw had you in it. How did you feel learning that he was watching as you were working to build this case?
I mean, I think those searches were in the last days, in the early June timeframe, June 5th through like the 14th. So I think it was really as the police were closing in. Those were cached images. What that means is if he was watching a video and images that appeared to the cache. So I think I think ultimately at the end of the day, I feel like he was trying to stay one step ahead, but failed.
Is that mandatory or is it ultimately up to the judge?
It's ultimately up to the judge. We have to file our notice of our intention to seek that, but at the end of the day, the sentence will be in the judge's So I think the DNA evidence is incredibly important. The jury obviously didn't hear about the forensic genealogy of that of this because that was really just investigating the leads that led them to the family members of this case. Obviously the DNA on that side as well as ultimately we were able to get Mr. Martinez Hernandez DNA closed in several bills and then ultimately his DNA swab. I think it makes it very difficult for a jury to find any other way when you have DNA evidence that is so confirmed when every part of the body is including the swab.
How confident are you that?
At the end of the day, that's the judge's decision. Obviously, we will make, we'll make our arguments. Frankly, the last one was like for almost like 30 because the offenses can be consecutively. So, as I said, it's life without parole and murder. It's life with a rape and it's an additional murder. So, ultimately, though, at the end of the day, it'll be up to Judge Curtin. I will say, she sat and watched this trial. She saw what a violent, brutal, and vicious attack this was, and I hope that she'll consider that ultimately. Yes. There is, obviously.
What's going on with my chat? My chat's been quiet.
I actually went to the crime scene and it was happening
Yeah, you did.
So, at the end of the day, I needed it to be clear that what the defense was arguing just frankly is preposterous. And so we wanted to make it clear to the jury that it's obvious and showing a little emotion is okay. Sometimes it's the program and usually rebuttal is sometimes that's when you kind of able to see that. But so that's why you saw it. Obviously, it's important to me. I built a relationship with Patty and Rebecca and Michael and all these family members. We've had many, many conversations, many, many meetings leading up to this trial. So not just for our law enforcement, but for me, it's most important for me to get justice for them and for the kids who, I have a relationship with, some of them as well. So the fact that they never get to see their mother again was very important to me, for them to see justice. Particularly for the ones who participated, so they could feel like they had some control of putting the person away.
Just an opportunity here to maybe talk about, how Rachel she was in first out everything. And that
So what I learned obviously is that she has several siblings, all of which incredibly highly of her. She's just had had good relationship with all of them, obviously with her mom. We've seen her strong a lot during this case. I know that her
her children were devastated by this loss and Stevenson. And I know that things like she was the best mom and things of that nature really came out. Obviously, exercising was important for her. She was incredibly physically fit, went to the gym that day and then to the trail. I know the trail was a little place for her. From what I've learned, she has been doing that trail for years. Doing this daily. So it was her safe place. It was the place she went to sort of have, as Mr. Wood said, the strong that was where she spent her time. So those are the things I've learned about her. I wish I knew more. I wish this is the way that I knew. I think that family. Go ahead. Tell me not a lot of crime here. Can you talk about what this crime did to the community and how it was fiction? So I think that's why this crime show our community so much. That we are this community. Yes, we're all seeing. But let's be clear, Harford County is a safe place to live and work and continue. However, at the end of the day, when these crimes get committed, we want criminals to understand we investigated, we found, we prosecuted, and we convicted, we go to jail. That's what we want people to know from this. I think the nature of this crime and that we don't generally have crimes like this is why it should our communities. Any concerns about appeals from the defense? I'm sure they will appeal on some issue. I mean, generally they will in a case like this. I'm very confident in the role of Judge Curtin during this trial. I think she sounded a strong decision she made. She's incredibly smart. I'm not concerned about appeal issues and that happens. And just give us some context. Harford County is a smaller county. I believe this trial was happening in one of the larger courtrooms that we have, and it was filled pretty much every single day. First day of jury selection, there wasn't room for the journalists there. So talking about, the size of this trial, the scope of this trial in comparison to maybe other trials and cases that you've covered or have been seen in this county. Yeah, so we've had plenty of other big trials. We've had plenty of cases before. Have people end up watching generally as family and friends, things of that nature. But I think the attention on this case again goes to how this community is shown. So that there were community members who really were not related to any party in this case who wanted to see, how this trial was going to play out. So I think again that just goes to how this crime impacted. I cannot. The judge failed that, so I can't really provide it. Okay, thank you all.
So he will, yes, most likely, definitely spend the rest of his life in prison. Now, the question is, he's from El Salvador. Will they send him back to El Salvador so he spends the rest of his life in CCOT, the maximum security Venezuelan prison, possibly? Or does he stay in a Maryland prison at the taxpayers' expense? I think he's going back to El Salvador, folks. This was justice for Rachel Morin's family. Rachel Morin's family, Laken Riley's family, Jocelyn Nungaray, her family, they are going to get justice very, very soon for the murder of Jocelyn in Texas. Those are some of the big cases, but there's others out there that don't get talked about. Lots of people that crossed the United States illegally during the last 4 years have wreaked havoc on communities, and there's still killers out there. El Salvador type of individuals that crossed them from El Salvador, criminals, MS-13, Tren de Aragua from Venezuela, transnational gangs. There are roaming streets of America. Hopefully the United States of America rounds these individuals up and gets them out of this country before they can victimize another family like the family of Rachel Morin. Feel bad for them. Hopefully they get justice, but you can't bring Rachel back. Let me know what you think. This guy is convicted We say no to illegal aliens on JLR Investigate. Sub the channel, like, hit the notification button when more information comes out about this guy, whether he spends the rest of his life in it. Hopefully he gets life, you know, who knows? Maryland judge might give him some time, or maybe like 50 years or 60 years. I think it's a life sentence. So we'll see if he spends the rest of his life in Maryland or gets deported. We'll monitor that situation and share on the channel. We cover border coverage on JLR Investigations. It's a topic we know extensively about. Check out the playlist. We'll talk soon. Stay tuned.
It's crazy. That's what I always say. If you come the right way, you'll be welcomed. If you don't come in the right way, you'll get sent back. You see what happened? Rachel Morin, rest in peace. Goes out to her family. I mean, the border, they actually crossed the border in El Paso, Texas. That's where the border mainly they're crossing. Hey, good morning, Weston. So it's crazy. I mean, what world are we going into? So next clip I'm about to show is the school shooting in Dallas, Texas. So this
scary moments as a junior at Wilmer Hutchins.
So check this out.
Scary moments as a junior at Wilmer Hutchins High School describes what she experienced when shots were being fired just outside her classroom. We've been on this breaking news for you since 1:30, right after we got reports of that shooting at 1. We are standing by right now for a press conference from Dallas ISD leaders. Let's listen in. Actually, we're waiting for audio to get punched up on that. We'll go back to that press conference once we have it.
Yeah, it is 5 o'clock. You're taking a good look here from Chopper, CBS News Texas Chopper. Over Wilmer Hutchins High School. Understand this is a live picture this afternoon for us. Here's what we know at this hour. The school is secure. That's according to police. That happened a couple of hours ago. There is no threat now. Dallas Fire Rescue confirms for us that 4 people were sent to area hospitals. 3 of them went to Baylor. 1 did go to Methodist Dallas. 2 of the 4, to our understanding, were shot, and conditions of all are said to be non-life threatening. Now to the press conference. Let's listen in on the latest update.
Suspect at this time. I'd like to now introduce Dallas ISD Superintendent Stephanie Elizalde.
Thank you, Chief. Today, as we all know, the unthinkable has happened, and quite frankly, this is just becoming way too familiar, and it should not be familiar. I do want everyone to know that I just got off the phone with Governor Abbott, who just called to get an update, status report, and to offer any resources that we need to assist us. So I know that there are many questions, and we're not going to have all the answers right now because some of the information will be inaccurate. So we will do our very best because we know it is important to be always transparent. I do need to take a moment to ensure that first and foremost, we know that we have been able to reunify all of our high school students with their parents and guardians. The team of Dallas ISD Police Department and our Office of Emergency Management, along with all of the agencies that assisted us in ensuring that we secured, that we ensured everyone was safe. And it is important to note that within 2 minutes, of course, we already had an officer here at the high school that was able to respond immediately to the incident, followed by Wilmer Police, who were next on the scene. But I'm sure that you can tell that there were multiple agencies from the Sheriff's Department, the City Police, whether it was City Police from Dallas, City Police from Wilmer, City Police from Hutchins. Of course, DPS troopers have been here. We have the Fire and Rescue, FBI, ATF. There were a number of federal agents that were also here to provide that level of support. What I can tell you is our team worked very deliberately to ensure, first and foremost, that everyone was safe on campus as soon as the incident was reported, and provided, of course, treatment to each of the individuals. We will have difficulty giving you any specifics, of course, because as you all know, there are laws that, keep us from being able to disclose information for minors. I also want to reiterate that we will not be having school at Wilmer Hutchins High School for the rest of the week. We will have mental health clinicians and others available to assist anyone who would like to meet with counselors to discuss the incident. You don't ever just get used to this, and I am very aware of that. It certainly weighs very heavy on my heart, but I can't begin to imagine. As a parent myself, I'm trying to put myself in those shoes.
I will do an extra hour.
So again, I do want to, the reason Wilmer Hutchins Elementary was also put on lockdown was because, of course, of its close proximity, but there was not any danger to anyone at the elementary school. We will be having elementary school tomorrow and Thursday. There is no need for anyone to be concerned about safety of their children. And we will still have additional officers because, again, I want to do everything we can to provide reassurances to our parents. The last thing anyone thinks when they're bringing their children to school, whether it's a high school or whether your spouse or significant other is going to work, is to think that these things are happening. But they do happen, and they shouldn't be happening. Right now, our primary concern is to continue to provide support, ensuring our schools are safe, and we will work with all of our community to do the very best we can to ensure that everyone feels safe. It's not enough to be safe, they also have to feel safe. Again, I think I might have even left out the constable's office was another agency. I really don't want to leave anyone out because this was absolutely a team effort. And so again, we're going to be very limited, but we can take a couple of questions.
What do we know about the suspect and what led up to the shooting? What do we know?
I'll start here.
What do we know about the suspect and what led up to the shooting?
We do have the identity of the suspect, but as I mentioned earlier, this is still a very fresh and fluid investigation, so I don't have any information regarding what led up to the shooting.
Dr. Garza, you mentioned a few minutes ago that there was obviously parents that you were very concerned about, making sure that they have confidence. We had parents that mentioned that security was an issue here and has been before, that at times even students were checking backpacks as a part of security to help out in the moments. How do you give parents confidence to send their kids back to school in this kind of moment?
So, I can tell you what we know, how the gun did not get on campus, and probably better for me to let the chief let you know I can tell you how the gun did not get on campus.
So we do know that the gun did not come through during regular intake time. So it was not a failure of our staff, of our protocols, or of the machinery that we have. It did not come in through regular intake.
Can you expand on that? Because that's
I cannot
expand. We do appreciate your time. Thank you so much. We were only able to take 2 questions, and we appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We heard all the gunshots. Then teachers start screaming. It was like he shot.
Yeah, very crazy. Very crazy. Here's what the students has to say about this.
We heard all the gunshots. Then teachers start screaming. It was like he shot, and we all just hid.
And she called and said one of the students in the classroom with her shot in the leg.
Students at Wilmer Hutchins High School in Dallas witnessing another shooting at their school.
But it's not the first time it has happened, actually, so it's kind of like normal to us.
1 year ago today, students at that same high school walked out, demanding better security after a shooting days before between students. Today, the question hasn't changed. How did a gun get into the same campus for a second time?
It's stressful. It's really stressful.
They checked our bags and stuff, so I don't know how he got it in because they do it one by one, each check our bags.
What happened to the changes in security and those metal detectors?
Are they working? Because I'm sure if they were working, they would know kids have some type of gun on them or some kind of weapon.
That's where we start tonight at 7. Police tell us the suspect in today's shooting has not been arrested, but they say they do know who they're looking for.
We're also learning a little bit more about the 4 male students hurt in the shooting today at Wilmer Hutchins. Dallas Fire Rescue confirming 3 of the students were injured by gunfire, ranging in age between 15 and 18. We're told the 4th person has what they're describing as a musculoskeletal injury. His age is unknown. All 4 victims, though, are expected.
So basically, the Wilmer Hutchins High School shooting, there were 4 victims that were hospitalized. There were 3 people shot, the age between 15 to 18 years old. So the 4th victim suffered a musculoskeletal disease, which is very bad. Sorry, injury. During that school shootings.
Expected to survive their injuries.
Now, we know all of this started just about 1 this afternoon. In case this is your first time hearing about this, that's when Dallas police were called to the high school for that shooting. Police haven't shared a motive here or even any details about what led up to the shooting. Many, though, are still wondering how that gun was able to get onto campus for a second time in about a year. Our Amelia McGavro was there during that press conference that we got to hear from the school district and other leaders. Amelia, did they talk directly about security concerns there today?
Yep, we touched on that subject just a couple hours ago at a press conference to the district. We asked that question, how exactly did a gun get on campus? And it is widely known that all DISD middle and high schools have metal detectors on all school entrances. So today, the school district and the superintendent says that what happened here this afternoon was not a result of any security system failures or failures with their staff.
I can tell you what we know, how the gun did not get on campus, and probably better for me to let the chief let you know I can tell you how the gun did not get on campus.
So we do know that the gun did not come through during regular intake time. So it was not a failure of our staff, of our protocols, or of the machinery that we have. It did not come in through regular intake.
And just to reiterate, the district tells us 4 students were hurt and taken to area hospitals. And according to the Dallas Fire Department, injuries range in severity from non-life-threatening to serious. All the victims were male. They were between the ages of 15 and 18. At least 3 of them were. And then we do not know the age of the 4th victim. 3 of the victims also were confirmed to have been injured by gunfire. As for the suspect, police say they have identified a suspect as of 5 p.m. and we're working on locating that person to arrest them. The district also tells us that William Hutchins High School will be closed for the rest of the week. There will not be any more classes for the rest of the week, and there will also be counselors available to students and staff.
Crazy. Crazy. Four people were hospitalized. Can you believe that? Three people were injured in Wilmer Hutchins High School. Next. Next, there is a train crash. In Virginia. And it there is so I hold on. Just give me a second, guys. Hold on. This is hold on. Let me see. Yeah, so I can't find it. Hold on. So yeah. Then it's an Amtrak.
Breaking news, breaking news. Amtrak train collides with a pickup truck. Prince William County, Virginia. Driver of the pickup truck was...
Okay, I'm gonna show this.
rescued at the scene from breaking news.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I can't find it, so I'll probably let you hear the clip.
Amtrak train collides with a pickup truck. Prince William County, Virginia. Driver of the pickup truck was rescued at the scene. I'm going to share some crazy footage with you of this Amtrak accident. It was headed southbound, Prince William County, Virginia, and boom, it hit a pickup truck. Check this out.
Oops.
Sometimes in these areas, folks, there's things, the barrier don't go down. Sometimes people ignore it, right? And try to go around it, even though it's going down. It gives you warning, right? If it was working, but sometimes they don't work. But nevertheless, should be a reminder to all of us, if you are going to cross a train track, regardless if the thing is up or down, you should always stop at the beginning of the tracks and kind of look right and left and right, and just make sure everything is safe before you cross. Because too many accidents are happening out there in dealing with trains, right? So we are praying for the driver, praying for the Amtrak driver and everyone. It doesn't appear like passengers were hurt, but terrified. Could have been crazy. Could have even been worse than that. The train could have jumped the tracks. If there was passengers, there could have been fatalities that way simply because someone's crossing. I don't think it's the Amtrak driver's fault in this case. I'm not sure if it's the driver's fault or the pickup truck, but we'll find out more. We'll share on JLR Investigates up to the channel. Hit the notification button. We'll talk soon. Stay tuned.
Yeah. No one knows whose fault it is. My guess could be the, I don't know. Could be the pickup truck driver. Good thing the Amtrak train driver got rescued. Good thing. Whoever rescued him, props to that person. All right. Next news I'm going to share is then arson who got arrested. Okay, let me see arson. Yeah, so trying to find a clip.
Alert!
Okay. Right. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Okay, so there we go. We want to know Cody Balmer. So let's check
The
it out.
suspect did turn himself in, as we mentioned, in roughly 12 hours after setting that fire.
CBS Philadelphia investigative reporter Liz Crawford has been digging through records all day to find out more about the man who admitted to harboring hatred toward Governor Shapiro. Liz, what's the latest? Good evening.
Good evening to you. 38-year-old Cody Balmer is a longtime Harrisburg resident. He's a father, and CBS News just confirmed from an Army spokesperson he was a construction equipment repairer for 8 years in the Army Reserve. Now, according to the criminal complaint, Balmer admitted to investigators that he set the blaze at the governor's mansion early Sunday morning, carrying with him a small sledgehammer he said he would have beat the governor with if he found him. In an interview with state troopers, Cody Balmer said he hated Governor Josh Shapiro so much that he took gasoline from a lawnmower, poured it into beer bottles, and walked for an hour until he reached the governor's mansion and threw Molotov cocktails through the windows.
I will tell you that he clearly had a plan. He was very methodical in his approach and moved through it without a lot of hurry. Again, in a very methodical, planned manner.
Public records point to an unstable background for Balmer, including custody battles over his kids and a near foreclosure on a home. His public Facebook profile shows everything from family photos to memes. In 2022, a post was shared showing a crochet pattern depicting a Molotov cocktail and the words, "Be the light you want to see in the world." Court records show Balmer pleaded guilty a decade ago to a scheme involving forged documents. In 2023, he was arrested and charged with assault in connection to a violent domestic dispute involving his wife and son. According to the affidavit, Balmer told investigators he had taken a bottle of pills in an attempt to kill himself. That case is ongoing. Late last night, an auto repair shop where Balmer is believed to have worked in the past posted to Facebook. In light of current events regarding a former employee of ours, we would like to say that he has not worked for us for over 2 years. While we are saddened to learn of these current charges, we fully support our men and women in law enforcement, as well as our government officials. We have no further comment at this time. Now, we also looked up Balmer's voter registration record, which is active and not affiliated with a party. Balmer's mother told CBS News her son is, quote, mentally ill, and he went off his medication before the attack. She said she could not get anyone to help. Yuki and Natasha?
Unbelievable. Yeah. Oh, awful story. All right, Liz, thank you so much.
Well, this investigation is just getting started. Stay with us for the very latest on the arson at the Pennsylvania governor's mansion. When we are not on television, we are always online, cbsphiladelphia.com.
Wow. Imagine getting arrested. Imagine getting charged for setting the governor's mansion on fire. What? My goodness. All right, guys, this is going to be the last news sharing I'm going to do. I'm going to show you guys some memes, funny memes, and I'm going to end the stream with it. I'll probably be back live around 5. Yeah, the whole world is going crazy. First, we got a illegal migrant, illegal alien who got arrested for murdering Rachel Morin, and now it's crazy how the world is going. I agree with you, Troll. I agree. So I'm gonna do the last news sharing. There'll be more news sharing. I will do on Saturday. On Saturday. So, I'll also, because tomorrow tomorrow and Friday I'll be doing premieres. Then I'll be doing busy recording stuff for upcoming premieres and videos. So yeah. So let me check it out. All right. Yeah. So last news is we're gonna check out the Walmart shooting that happened. Hey, Tasty Peanut. The Walmart shooting that left 2 people dead. 2 people dead. No, let me check this out. Yeah, so let's check this out.
In Newton County, 2 people are dead, 1 critically hurt in shootings at 2 different scenes. The manhunt for the suspected shooter ended in South Carolina.
Yeah, all of this started inside a Walmart on Salem Road in Covington. It then continued at a home about 2 miles away. And Good Day Smart Teichner is live for us in Newton County. And Mark, this all happened as workers were just stocking the shelves, doing their jobs.
And they were all workers who were involved in all of this. I'm going to step out. We are at the second location, that home, where a female, a Walmart employee who's been identified by family friends as being a 22-year-old, and those family friends telling us the girlfriend of the alleged shooter was shot and killed. But it actually started at the Walmart on Salem Road, about 2 miles from our particular location, about 1:30 in the morning. That's where, according to sheriff investigators, a male employee who was working during the overnight hours, the store was closed at the time, went out of the store, got a gun from his car, went back into the store and shot and killed a male coworker. He then, allegedly as he was leaving, shot another male coworker, critically injuring him before he came to the location where we are right now and shot and killed this 22-year-old female co-worker as well. Now, all of these folks, again, were acquaintances, according to the sheriff's investigators. They knew each other, but after the shooting took place, the gunman then apparently fled out of state, according to investigators, and he was captured in South Carolina, in Aiken, South Carolina. And as you can imagine, the folks from the Newton County Sheriff's Office are extremely appreciative of the effort that it was to bring this man to justice.
We appreciate the help from Georgia State Patrol, South Carolina State Patrol, the Covington Police Department, and we had South Carolina State Patrol and Sheriff's Office from South Carolina.
Yeah, the Walmart, though, remains closed at this point. Told it might open up later on in the day, but on the scene here in Newton County. Back to you guys in the studio.
Developments in the last couple of minutes, Mark. Thanks so much.
Deadly shooting. All right, I'm gonna show you guys some news. And then I'm gonna head out. All right. Take a look at this. Take a look at this meme. Oh, cool. It's showing now. It's not easy being this beautiful. And there's a dog right there. Yeah, and there's a dog right there. It's not easy being this beautiful. There's like a lot of dog. There's like a lot of dog memes, funny memes in here. Check this meme out. This meme is so funny. It says, ever get really excited to finally have some time off, but then just end up spending the entire day like this. Like this. So funny. This is a very funny meme right here. I didn't choose nap time. Nap time choose me. Very funny meme here. I'm gonna show this last meme and I'm out. Let me see. Yeah, we haven't reached the goal yet, unfortunately. All right, one last meme and I'm out, and I'm gonna head out, guys. Let's see. Ha! This one is so funny. Because of death, I missed you a lot. Hello, Hassan. Yeah, about to head on out. Thank you. But please remember not to spam the chat. All right, guys, I'm out. I'll be ending the I'm ending the stream. So I will probably I would probably be going live again. Probably on maybe around, I don't know. I have not fixed the time yet, but I will definitely do more news sharing, in the evening, probably around 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock to 7. All right, guys. Thank you so much for the support that you have given me, and thank you all for being here. If you're new to the channel, please do hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. You'll receive notifications whenever I go live. And yeah, I will go live again probably around 6 o'clock, 6:30, probably maybe 6:30. I'll go live. So yeah. All right. So yeah, so I'll be doing more news sharing and funny memes. All right, take care and have a good one. Salute to y'all.